Sometimes you just feel like a little snacky snack from the garden. And today I was going to have this turnip and these turnip greens from the garden. So come with me as I make me a little garden snack. When I went out to the garden, I said, what can I eat out here? And lo and behold, this turnip right here is big enough. So we just going to pull this out. We're going to take this in the house, get it prepped, and we're going to have us a good garden snack of turnip greens with the turnips inside. I removed the thick bottom stems. Those are going to the rabbits. The thinner stems just going to get cut up with the greens. Now they just came out from the garden, so I'm going to separate the greens from the stems, and then we're going to soak these in some water and vinegar with a little bit of salt and clean them up. The leaves are all shapes and sizes, and the thinner stems are going to just be nice and tender, so I'm not worried about those. So we're going to fill these up with some cool water, and I'm going to add in a little bit of salt and a splash of vinegar, and we're going to mix that all around so it gets all marinated together, and we're going to sit that in there until for a few minutes, probably about 5 minutes or so, just to let it get some of that bugs and dirt off of it, because it did just come out from the garden. Got to clean it, and after it soaks, I'm just going to go ahead and rinse it off, and it's going to be good to go. While it's soaking, I'm going to go ahead and render me some bacon. Now, that's the bacon that I made, okay? And then after we clean off our turnip, I'm just going to take this little bottom piece of this root off, and then we're going to dice it. I don't know where the footage is of me dicing it, but I'm just going to dice it, peel it first, peel off that little thin outer layer, and then we're going to dice it. Now, after the bacon has rendered down some, we're going to put in a little water. I am going to add more water later, but right now I'm just going to add a little bit of water, and we're going to add to this some onions, and we're going to add a little bit of garlic, and I'm going to add some salt and pepper, and we're going to let that boil and cook and marinate all together. We're going to add the diced turnips first, because those are going to take a little bit longer to be tender before we add the greens. So we're going to add those in there, and it's like on a medium-high kind of heat. The greens have been washed and they have been rinsed off, and now I'm just going to chop them into manageable pieces and add that to the pot with the turnips. The turnips have been on for about 5 to 8 minutes, something like that. All in all, I think it was about 3 cups of water. I did have to add just a tad bit of water. I also added a wee bit of sugar to cut the bitterness and a splash of vinegar. Now you just want to cook those turnips so they're fork tender, and baby, look at that. You see that? That's some good eating right there from the garden.